Winning. The thrill of victory and avoiding the agony of defeat begins by building a strong foundation. Create a mindset that helps you overcome obstacles and allows you to achieve greatness. This is Don Guyman for the win.
This is For the Win. On March 13th of 2020, the NCAA canceled the men's basketball tournament. It was also supposed to be the first day of Alabama spring football, but just like everything else in the country at that time, it got canceled as well. As told in the book, The Leadership Secrets of Nick Saban by John Talty, that morning, Saban had a staff meeting with his team. The great football coach asked them if any of them had seen dinosaurs on their way to work that day. They all said no. Saban said, "I didn't either. The reason there were no dinosaurs on the way in this morning was they couldn't adapt. They couldn't adjust. They couldn't adapt and adjust, so they're gone now. And that's what will happen to us when we get to where we can't adapt and adjust." As I read that story, I thought of a time in my life when I had to adapt. Many years ago, I was working as a retail manager in a store, an assistant manager. I'd been passed over for promotion. I was really frustrated. And also at that time, we were going through a remodel of our store, and our corporate office had messed it up. I was frustrated. As I thought about the situation, the thought came to me, you are just as smart as they are, you just don't have the education. Now, I had thought about going back to school and getting my MBA many times. I had talked to counselors, had done some research, but I didn't want to adapt. At that time, I made a decision. I needed to make an adjustment and adapt to face the reality that I was facing at that time. So I went home, started studying for the GMAT, studied almost every day, got a great GMAT score, got into a good MBA program, kept working hard, eventually got a 3.96 GPA in my MBA program, which led me to get a better job, which doubled my salary. That job helped me to be qualified for other jobs, which helped me further my career. I was so grateful I made an adjustment. I was faced with that same reality again on February 3rd of 2020. At that time, the company on which I had worked for 15 years came to us and said that they were laying off the entire team that I was leading at that time. I was devastated. What was I going to do? Now, I had talked to people who had said when they got laid off that, hey, I watched Netflix for 2 weeks, or I just decided to chill and take a break. I felt I needed to make an adjustment and look for work. I looked hard. I started looking that same day. I was really driven. And I was so grateful that I was, because I was able to find another great job in March, right when the world was shutting down, the same time the NCAA canceled the tournament and Alabama canceled its spring football practice. I found a great job that helped me further my career. I made an adjustment. Now, Alabama football, Nick Saban made adjustments. He wanted to keep his team on the right track. Because he did that, Alabama won the national championship that year. So, what do we learn? If we make adjustments, we win. If we aren't willing to make adjustments, we'll lose. It's as simple as that. Let's commit in 2023 to make the adjustments necessary to help us win on a consistent basis. This has been Don Guyman for the Win.